In the spring of 1799, the ancient walled city of Acre, perched on the Mediterranean coast, stood defiant against the ambitions of Napoleon Bonaparte. Fresh from his conquest of Egypt, the young French general aimed to carve an empire in the east, hoping to seize Acre, a strategic linchpin on the route to Syria, and spark a rebellion against the Ottoman Empire. But what unfolded was a tale of resilience, cunning, and a crushing setback that would alter the course of Napoleon's dreams. On March 20th, Napoleon's army, battered by their march through Palestine, arrived at Acre's formidable walls. Expecting a swift victory after sacking Jaffa, where his troops massacred thousands of prisoners, the French launched an infantry assault, only to be repelled by the city's 5,000-strong Ottoman garrison, led by the fierce Djezzar Pasha and his Jewish advisor Haim Farhi. The defenders, many Albanians aware of Jaffa's horrors, fought with grim resolve, knowing surrender might mean slaughter. Their defenses were bolstered by a British flotilla under Commodore Sidney Smith, whose ships, HMS Tigre and Theseus, captured half of Napoleon's siege guns and supplied Acre with cannons manned by sailors and marines. For 2 months the siege ground on. Napoleon's troops, plagued by hunger, cold, and plague, dug trenches and bombarded the walls. But Farhi and French émigré engineer Antoine de Philippot had fortified the city with a second inner wall, thwarting French breaches. On April 16th, General Jean-Baptiste Kleber fended off a massive Ottoman relief army at Mount Tabor, but the French were stretched thin. Smith taunted Napoleon from the ramparts, his Royal Navy guns pounding French positions. By May 10th, a final French assault failed, and with Turkish reinforcements landing from Rhodes, Napoleon's forces, having lost some 2,000 men to battle and disease, were broken. On May 20th, 1799, Napoleon lifted the siege, retreating to Egypt in defeat. A folktale among Acre's Arabs claims he fired his hat into the city with a cannon, a defiant gesture so at least a part of him would enter. The failed siege marked Napoleon's first major strategic loss, halting his eastern ambitions and forcing his return to France, where he would seize power in a coup. For Acre, it was a triumph of grit and defiance, a moment when a small city's walls held firm against a conqueror's dreams, reshaping the tides of history.